What's going on, everybody? Voidlego here, back with a brand new episode of Chaos Head Noah. Last time we were on, Takumi and Shogun had a private conversation between themselves in this sort of mind space. Shogun then proceeds to tell Takumi exactly what is happening and why he created Takumi in the first place, which was to fight against Nozumi in all of its glory in order to stop Noah 2 from ever existing because of the equation Shogun came up with as a child, but due to his weakened body he couldn't do it, which is why he created Takumi and gave him so many flaws was because he wanted to create a delusion that could become a gigglomaniac, which explains why he's such a, introverted teenage boy. He is chocked full of different emotions in order to unlock his discord at the very end. But the more Shogun maintains Takumi, the more he dies, and he doesn't have much longer left, but he will do everything he can in order to destroy Nozumi once and for all. Takumi then wakes up back in Shibuya in Scrabble Crossing to find it utterly destroyed, like an earthquake had gone through it and destroyed everything. We cut over to a group of Momose, Kishimoto, and Yua, as they're trying to figure out what to do next, as Kishimoto keeps asking to assemble the last knights of the last of the Black Knights. Eventually, they see Nami and the Nami. So many names in my head. In the distance, but the bridge beneath them collapses, and then Takumi comes across them, and using his gigglomaniac power to alter reality, he's able to easily help all of them out. It is then that he meets with Nanami, which is very interesting as her brain has two memories of meeting her actual brother and her delusional brother, and they sort of unlock at the exact same time. As she coddles her, the body of Shogun at least. She also shouts out to her other brother and, says, "I still love you." Takumi just walks away. We cut over to Kazupi and Aoi in the subway station. Aoi still trying to find her father, which she eventually does. And as she's about to kill him, he is shot in the head after pushing her out of the way of a bullet. Of course, this bullet coming from Suwa, who I feel like I can 100% say now is just a agent of Nozomi, as he's using one of the portable Noah 2s to power himself up with the power of a gigglomaniac, making him an artificial gigglomaniac using weapons to fight off. Takumi comes in time, though, before he's able to destroy Kazupi's mind. And so in an epic battle and a big switch around at the very end, kind of like a JoJo's fight, where he is trapped instead of Takumi, he is then dead, crucified, like the crucifixion case. Unfortunately, Takumi's unable to talk to Aoi's dad, who he was searching for before in order to get some answers, but Aoi is able to tell him where the HQ of Nozomi is and where to locate Noah 2 and destroy it once and for all. And now we're here, as we're nearing the very end of this route, at least. But somebody told me something very interesting last episode, or commented last episode. That being, if I am able to get to the ending in this video, there is a little something I should watch. A crossover, a canon crossover between Steins Gate and Chaos Head that I can watch after seeing this first route's ending, which I am actually very curious about. It's a video that was adapted from a white novel that some fans actually put together in the visual novel engine, which is pretty cool. And if we do have enough time in this video, I I'm going to watch it because that actually makes me very interested to see like what the hell could that be. It's only 15 minutes long, but I'm very curious as to what that is. So I'm definitely going to check it out either this episode or the start of next episode. So let's get right into it, shall we? A single colossal device held the attention of two men. Inohawa Kazuo, a member of the House of Representatives, and Kuromochi Yudai, the founder of the Cosmic Church of the Divine Light. Oh, well, there we go. An ominous hum continually sounded from the device, from Noah too, beckoning a nod of satisfaction from the both of them.
5000人を殺すと言い出した時はどうなることかと思ったが
Ah, so these are the two old men we kept seeing over and over again in that damn Nozumi CG.
小生には随分と骨が折れたよ。特に300人委員会に感づかれないようにするのはね。
ご協力に感謝します。
Naruse gave a very slight bow.
だがこれが完成した今 5000人などちっぽけな数字でしかなくなった。
早くも影響が目に見えて出てきているよ。人々の家畜化が始まっている。
これでいよいよ我らが世界を手に入れる日も現実のものとなったわけだ。
Inohawa and Kuromochi looked to one another, exchanging sinister smirks. Naruse, meanwhile, simply gazed at them, his face not even so much as twitching.
しかしノロセよ。貴様、なかなか興味深い趣味を持っているようじゃないか。
何のことでしょう。
Inohara smiled crudely, then gestured with his head toward the tableau erected near Noah too.
なんとも芸術性にあふれるオブジェだ。ぜひわしにも一つ用意してもらいたいものだな。
素材ならば、我が教団の信者の中からえりすぐりを提供してもよい。
倉持先生は気前がいい。
あれは餌ですよ。
餌？
Oh boy.
ノア2をより完璧なものにするための。
まあ、そういうことにしておこう。
それより、ノア2が具体的にどれほどのことができるのか実演してもらいたいところだね。
もうそれはいい。早速やってみせたまえ。
Oh yeah, this is totally gonna go to backfire on you two guys. Naruse widely shrugged his shoulders, his impassive facial expression remaining ever present.
では、このようなものはどうですか？
By the time his words reached their conclusion, the demonstration had already begun. In the blink of an eye, Inohawa and Kuromochi came to realize that they were both holding handguns. Neither Noah 2 nor Naruse had made a single movement, and yet this miraculous happening had become undeniable reality.
本物そっくりだ。
I feel like there's going to be like a Killer 7 moment where they're going to shoot themselves via Noah 2, isn't it?
まるで手品のようだよ。
手品と一緒にしてもらっては困ります。その銃の存在は現実。
They do now. Their eyes fixated on the handguns within their gloves. Inohawa and Kuromochi nodded in satisfaction for a second time.
実に素晴らしい。
いかにも神をも超越する力だ。
この銃は記念にもらっておくとするか。
小物ですね。
Oh boy. To the other two men present in the room, Naruse's faint whisper was inaudible.
早速今後の計画を検討しよ
まずは300人委員会の排除。
う。ノロセ、ご苦労だったな。
今後のことは追って連絡する。
The two were thoroughly pleased with themselves and the project and moved to leave the premises with buoyant steps. And yet...
その必要はありません。
何？
どういうことだ？
Norosei's expression found itself changing for the first time. Oh, he narrowed his eyes, slightly raised his jaw, and stared at them from where he stood. His attitude was one of intense scorn, as if he were fiercely looking down on them. Look at this fucking vampire. No, in truth, he was looking down on them.
計画は私が引き継ぎましょう。ただし、あなた方の考えているような低俗な目的ではなく、より崇高な理由のためにです。
Norosei's tone remained civil and polite. Beginning to understand what exactly it was conveying, the two men naturally became infuriated.
貴様裏切るのか？
神にでもなったつもりかね。
300人委員会が黙ってはおらんぞ。
お二人も300人委員会のメンバーでありながら反旗を翻そうとしていたではありませんか。
Norosei's eyes watched them carefully, and housed within them was raw, unending contempt. His gaze was cold as could be. It was as if he was being forced to study the two monoliths of pure rotten filth. His gaze conveyed a very particular meaning, one that revealed he had only been using these two from the very start.
これはすべて予定通りの行動ですよ。あなた方がここで死ぬことも含めて。
ふざけるな。
ざれ言を。
Kuromochi and Inohana aimed their guns at Norosei. They moved to pull the triggers.
ざれ言ではなく。
The two guns fired simultaneously. The wars echoed within the dome.
予知だったのですが。
Foreknowledge. And yet, it was not Norosei who had fallen, but Inohana and Kuromochi. For some unfathomable reason, they had taken their sights off of Norosei right before pulling triggers and shot each other instead. Their deaths had been instant. The two compatriots then collapsed. They had put holes onto each other's heads, and now they were nothing more than lumps of meat who would never draw breath again.
ノア2は我が手にあります。俗物にはその意味がお分かりにはならなかったようだ。
So obviously he's not a follower of the Church of the Divine Light, since, you know, the founder was murdered here. It's obviously, Norosei has his own objective, which is what exactly? Norosei's demonstration had been about more than simply showing off guns. Its purpose had been to make the two men mistake each other for Norosei and take their own lives in the process. That was the real demonstration. And with the power of Noah 2, it had been beyond trivial to perform. Next, Norosei turned toward his tableau. Affixed there was the figure of Sakahata Remy, of course. She had begged Norosei to let Nanami go, and thus she had then been taken hostage in her place. Due possibly to the mental attacks by Nanami, Remy's energy had long since faded, leaving her head pointed toward the ground as she hung affixed. Yet, when Norosei strode toward her, her shoulders ever so slightly trembled.
自分の手を汚さずに卑怯なことばっかり。あなたこそ俗物だよ。
Ooh. Son of a bitch. The back of Norosei's hand struck her cheek. Following this, he grabbed Remy by the jaw and forced her to look at him. Even though nearly all life had left her expression, even as she desperately fought to keep her eyes open, her glare flared with an ardent blaze directed solely at Norosei.
なぜ西条匠に助けを求めないのです。
Oh. Norosei whispered close to her ear.
彼を巻き込まないで。
ど どちらの彼のことを言っているのですか？
二人ともだよ。
私としてはどちらか一人で十分ですがね。IR2 を生み出したものとその完全なるコピー。
Huh. So, I'm so curious. Norose said foreknowledge. So it isn't like he planned everything out. It's like he knew what would happen. But how did he know that?
二人とも化け物じみた力を持っている。彼らどちらかのコードサンプルが手に入れば、ノア2はより完璧へと近づくでしょう。
That's why, he kept Remy instead of Nanami.
神をも超える力を得るのです。
Remy lowered her eyes in anguish. He fiercely tore away the hand that had been holding her jaw, and as his gaze rose up to Noah too, a smile formed from the corners of his mouth.
さあ、呼びかけなさい。どちらでもいい。私は歓迎しますよ。
Rather, that was exactly what he had been waiting for. After surmounting all of Norose's trials devised specifically for him, Nishijou Takayumi would arrive in this very location. Damn it. As I made my way through the dark tunnel, I rewind on the red glow of my disc sword to see. My steps naturally became quicker and quicker. I never walked on subway tracks at all before. As certain as I was that no trains were coming, the mere possibility had me tense enough that I couldn't keep my head from frantically whipping back and forth. It was a minute-long train ride between Shibuya Station and Shinsen Station. The distance between should have been less than a kilometer. Luckily for me, the tunnel on the Inokishira line didn't have too many cave-ins, so making it to Shibuya Station shouldn't have been the worst thing ever. But something was still weighing on me. Kazuki had warned me about something before we parted ways.
たくさんのグモグモドロドロっていう意識がね、待ち構えてるのら。
Thank you, Kazuki. That makes sense.
コズピー、力になれないけど。気をつけてね、たくみさん。
Oopy goopy poopy head consciousnesses. Right. At the very least, I imagine I was going to like those. I was starting to have second thoughts. Fear crept up on me, and I started to feel incredibly alone. Making my way through a pitch-black tunnel all by myself, a tunnel in which something horrifying was apparently waiting for me. How could I not lose my nerve? Whispers in the back of my mind urged me to leave the tunnel this instant, to find a way to Shibuya Station on the surface. But I didn't have that kind of time to lose. So, in order to destroy any remaining fear I had, I thought of Remy's smiling face. I thrust my disc sword forward to illuminate the tunnel ahead of me. Problem was, its red glow only made my feelings of anxiety and foreboding even worse. Suddenly, something felt off. I felt like I caught a glimpse of something strange. Strange enough to make my gaze dart all around to try and find it. 10 meters ahead of me on the track, a small shadow was jutting out. One that hadn't been there a second ago. Ah, shit. I squinted. Actually, it wasn't a shadow at all. Standing about 20 centimeters tall, it was a Seratan figure. The fuck? What the... Why would that be in a place like this? Oh shit, this must be Noah 2 or something. I was hit with a sense of whiplash. It was way too out of place. I was in a dim underground tunnel, one for train tracks that took people between stations. The general public didn't tend to go into the tunnels themselves, especially this deep. I was right in the center of them. And yet the figure was there anyway. And it was the post-awakening version too, my absolute favorite. though her chest was pretty busted up. Wait a second. Was that my figure? The one I dropped during the chaos at Scramble Crossing yesterday? If it was, then how the hell had she ended up here? Because it isn't here. She was standing perfectly upright too, with that bewitching smile of hers aimed straight at me.
なんでセイラが
タッキーにはそう見えてるんだ。
I heard a voice. The voice I always deluded was talking inside my head. Sarah's voice.
なんでもいいけどさ。
It happened in less than a second, faster than I could even blink. Saratan, who should have been just a small figure, had instantly transformed into a life-sized model. Oh boy, here we go. Then her smooth, silky, sexy body began to bend and twist just like a real person's. Her hair rustled around and her huge tits jiggled. Of course. Was this a delusion?
ねえタッキー、遊ぼうよ。
Whoa. I heard another voice behind me. Whipping my head around in shock, I saw another life-size Saratan standing there. Fight against your demons, Takumi.
リミッチのことなんてほっといてさ。
But it didn't end there. To my left, and to my right, Saratan began rapidly multiplying. She cascaded out from the darkness in droves. Just the sight alone sent a chill down my spine. The number of Saratans had to be at least in the triple digits now. Holy shit.
私と気持ちいいことしよう。
100 Saratans crowded around me and spoke in unison.
いいっしょ。ボケナス。
Oh fuck. Laughing gleefully, one of the Saratans in front of me charged at me. Then her slender arm swung her colossal metal bat. But the impact was definitely real. My disc sword managed to take the brunt of the blow. It had been way too heavy of a strike. My hand started spasming before going numb. It all hurt like hell. That was when I realized it was all really happening. It wasn't just some delusion, it was reality. They were real-booted beings. And every single one of them was out for blood.
遊んでくれないとぶっ飛ばしちゃうぞ。
僕の嫁なら道を開けて
やだ。
それなら
I'd have to brute force my way through. I retightened my grip on my disc sword. The fiery emblem on my disc sword's hilt began to burn. Even more wood light began to emanate from the blade. Let's go! I slashed the sword, tearing right through my waifu. The blade was weightless, smooth in how it handled. It drew whatever trajectory I wished it to. The blade bit into her shoulder, before running through her body in its entirety. There had not been a shred of a resistance when it came to rending her flesh and bones. It had hardly taken any shrink from me at all. Paper thin, 2D. Oof. Sarah's glamorous body split in half at an angle. As her entrails piled out, she collapsed on the spot. Even her organs had been perfectly reproduced. They glittered and shone with a pink gleam. I averted my eyes.
ごめんセイラ
I was gutting my favorite character with my own two hands. As an otaku, this was the hardest thing I'd ever had to do. But still, I couldn't give up here.
強い強い。さすがタッキー。そんなタッキーが好き。もっと気持ちよくして。
Oh boy.
遊ぼうよ。めちゃくちゃにしてあげる。
Oh, whoa, resolution, Sarah. Suddenly, each and every one of the Sarahs started speaking independently of one another. The flood of voices threatened to swallow me whole. I have to quit thinking of them as Sarah. That was what I had to tell myself. So, in order to keep moving forward, I swung my sword at the Sarahs, blocking my path.
どいてよ
Wandering the darkness, with a single horizontal strike, a red beam blazed across the tunnel. The four Saratans standing next to each other instantly turned into corpses. Another one grabbed me from behind. She wrapped her arms around my neck in a chokehold, her large, supple boobs pressed against my back. Another Sarah tried to mount my leg, and I quickly punctured her in the face with my disc sword. A queenly cut molten hole formed where her smile had used to be. It was hard to breathe. My neck was being constricted. I was on the verge of suffocating. Another metal bat was coming right at me. I managed to writhe around enough to change positions. Now my back was facing it. Nice. I fell, Sarah's body shudder and her grip on my neck weakened. I shook her off my back. Then I went around and swiped her with my disc sword. 3 pairs of Seratan's legs came at me. My next strike would sever them at the thighs. The 3 of them plunged into the ground in perfect harmony. I stepped on top of their backs. Sarah started winding up her with her metal bat, and I swung my sword down on her. Her metal bat met with my disc sword. Only for me to carve straight through it and straight through the top of her head. No, my disc sword wasn't carving things. More than that, it would have been more accurate to say it evaporated anything that crossed with its trajectory. Damn. No matter how soft the object, no matter how solid the object, no matter how cold the object, no matter how hot the object, my blade instantaneously boiled and burned away anything it came into contact with, severing it from its source. These anime characters, who all had the same face, who are all calling my name in unison, who continue to attack me just for the sake of it, it made my hair stand on end. To try and wall myself up, I'd let out a huge scream. Then, aiming for the Sarah right in front of me, I plunged my sword straight into her chest. Sarah grabbed onto my disc sword. In almost that exact same second, her hands evaporated. I lost all words. Dread began to climb up from the depths of my body. No, man, come on! Chills ran down my back. My entire body stiffened. This wasn't Sarah. Sarah would have never turned against me. Oh, shit. Fuck! I heard the sound of several of my ribs being pulverized. I even felt the bones in my right arm creak, letting out a dull sound as they did. Ugh. The blow resounded within my body, and then the sheer impact sent me flying. I smashed into a wall. My head collided directly with it. Ugh. My vision warped and wavered. Oh, fuck. She rapidly swung her metal bat down on top of me. I was getting bludgeoned. My left arm was minced from the elbow down. Even the concrete in the wall was dented from the blow. Fuck. Another metal bat swung straight into my leg. All strength left in my right hand. The slightest movement had caused a severe pain to scream out of my brain. But I ignored it and swung my disc sword. I cleanly severed the oncoming metal bat, but the pain of doing so forced a groan from my mouth. I came within arm's reach of the Sarah in front of me, impaled her torso with my disc sword, and tore my way through her. Fuck. Her blood spattered my hands. Despite being just an anime character, her blood was incredibly warm. My mind went numb. Pain was all that ruled me now. I wanted to walk it all away, but I couldn't. As long as this pain endured, I would never be able to. Copious amounts of clotted blood gushed out of my friend left hand. Oh, it wasn't even easy trying to hold on to this sword in my right either. The pain seemed to reverberate from my very bones. Pain so bad I felt like I was about to pass out. I realized my entire body was soaked with sweat. The drop was stung at my eyes. Oh god. My vision was hazy. More and more Sarahs approached from in front of me. The sound of their cheerful laughter reverberated deep within my ears, making my very eardrums vibrate. From my injuries, I doubted I'd live for more than a few hours. That thought had suddenly come to me, but it didn't really matter. I was just a delusion anyway. A being that would blink out of existence just as quickly as it blinked in. In the grand scheme of things, my injuries didn't really matter. I just needed to savor me. I just needed to destroy Noah too. If this body could grant me that, then I'd gladly give it all away. So... Oh shit.
一緒にいようよ。
Her metal bat came down on me again. Figured I'd be able to avoid it, but the fatigue and pain slowed my reaction considerably. Oh. I was struck right in the temple. I could feel its enormous spikes tearing into my skull. Fuck, like Negan. Ugh. The world shook. My vision went black. Things became even darker than they had already been, and I could no longer see anything at all. I tumbled over. As I tumbled, my mind went to my right hand. It was exploding with pain, but I was able to reaffirm that my disc sword was still there. I swung out my front left hand and attempted to regain my footing. An exposed bone collided with the ground. Oh, God. An impact akin to an electrical shock ran through my entire body, causing me to black out for a second, but I regained consciousness soon after. God damn, my vision came back. I started to rise back up. The soles of my feet caught hold of the ground. Using the centrifugal force I'd been blown away with, I charged into the horde of Sarahs and swung my right hand. My bones creaked. Freshly spilled blood burst out from the Sarahs. The stench of blood refused to leave my nostrils. Was it my blood? Sarah's blood? Who even knew? It all blended together. All I knew was that I was covered in blood, and that the coat of red staining me had made my vision go blurry. God damn. I kept on carving into them. Who even knew just how many I cut down at that point? When would it end? In my mind, it was as if she was multiplying infinitely. Sarah clung to my right hand. I swung both her and my disc sword around. But she wouldn't let go. Instead, she bent my arm backward in a way it wasn't meant to go. God. Fuck, man. My joint came out of its socket. All strength left my arm. Oh my fuck. My disc sword hit the ground. Nausea rolled up in my stomach. I coughed and sputtered violently. The taste of blood spread through my mouth. I was pretty sure my shattered ribs were puncturing my internal organs. Any and every kind of pain was eating away at my body. I felt like I was going to go insane. But I was holding out hope. I couldn't help but hold out hope. I wanted to be set free, but I knew very well how impossible that was. So my hope was more wishful thinking than anything.
汗拭いてあげよっか。
With a big grin on her face, Sarah peered at my face. I jerked my foot into her jaw as hard as I could. Oh. At first we channeled more strength into my right arm. All sensation in it was going numb. It felt as if my nerves were burning to a crisp. My entire body was boiling. And now the pain in my bones was rippling, not just through my arm, but through my entire body. I was on the verge of shattering to pieces. Then I heard something that sounded like the growl of a beast. For a moment I wondered whose voice it was, only to realize it was my own. The fingers on my right hand faintly shifted. God damn, I grabbed my disc sword and conjured a delusion. I pictured it being bound by a cord, and instantly became real. The sword was secured to my hand with the cord. Nice. I needed to move, to get to where Remy was, beyond this darkness.
タッキー、どうして私と一緒にいてくれないの？
I sputtered out the blood that had gathered in my mouth. I was surrounded by heaps of Sarah corpses laying on the ground. Other Sarahs kicked past them on their way to me, producing ripples in the puddles of blood. I slowly shook my head.
だってセーラは
I gritted my teeth.
アニメじゃないか。
Oh. The very next second, every single Sarah morphed into 2D. Got past it finally. The ones who were standing became life-size cardboard cutouts. The corpses lying on the ground became covers for body pillows. They had all returned home, back to the realm of 2D. Not a single one of them moved anymore.
塵は塵に帰らなきゃ。
As he's surrounded by cardboard cutouts and fucking body pillows in a subway tunnel. That is a really fucking funny image. That is a really funny fucking image. As he's saying this badass line, like fucking tunnels covered body pillows and cutouts.
僕も後で行くよ。
In something of a moment of silence for the girls, I briefly hung my head over the wreckage. In the back of my mind, I was thinking the gory, blood-stained Sarah body pillow covers definitely wouldn't sell well. I was on the brink of passing out, but I managed to stave it off by binding my lip hard. And then I started walking through the dark tunnel once again. Yeah, I don't think you're in the prime condition right now, Takumi. I'm not a betting man, but Norose kind of got the leg up on you. I ended up at a dilapidated building near Shibuya Station's east entrance. The surrounding scenery was dotted with partly or entirely collapsed buildings, leaving the building here as the sole intact survivor. On it was the dome of a rooftop planetarium that had closed down some years back. Son of a bitch. Wheezing my lungs out, I ascended the deserted stairway to the top floor. I made my way through the unattended lobby into the planetarium before I took a breather at the gargantuan device that jumped into my sight. It was Noah 2 in all of its majesty. Surrounded by a chilly air, robbing me of my warmth, a piece of art stood beside Noah 2.
Rimi.
Rimi, affixed to the art piece, slowly raised her head at my voice. Oh, what a fucking image. Our eyes met. Her eyes shut open. Her eyes began to swim. She shook her head sadly. Because I've fallen in love with you. I'm in love with you, Rimi. But I couldn't say that out loud. I couldn't say anything heroic like, I'm here to save you because I'm in love with you. Not with how I was. Not with me covered in blood and a completely flattened arm. My current state was as far from Prince Charming as humanly possible. If I said something like that now, I'd probably look creepy as hell. Maybe put me closer to a stalker than anything, really. If I spilled my guts to her in some speech that didn't let her get a word in, it would have just put her way off. She was going to live, and I was going to die. Having some dead man walking convey all of his feelings on a whim would have left a horrible taste in her mouth. So, I bottled it all in.
意味にこれを返したくて
My right hand was still weak. It was the hand I'd been using to hold my disc sword. Desperately forcing my fingers to move, I reached inside my jacket pocket and pulled out a handkerchief. It was colored a gentle vermilion. Whether that was its original hue or due to my blood staining it, I didn't know. Rimi had given it to me. Though its floral aroma had long since expired, that handkerchief was one of several precious memories she'd given me.
僕は君をここから助け出してノア2を壊してこのハンカチを返すんだ。
That was all I was capable of doing, and if I managed to achieve it all, I could die with no regrets. Besides, there wasn't much else I could do. In my mind, every sense of mine had gone numb a long time ago. I imagined that the reason for that was because the pain was so severe my brain had no choice but to start blocking the sensations transmitted by whatever nerves were responsible. I could barely move. My arm continued to bleed. My vision was blurry. I was incredibly cold. I had a feeling that if I wasn't careful, I'd lose consciousness right then and there. Oh.
君は実に勇敢ですね。
A towering man emerged from behind Noah 2, Norosei Genichi, facing me, clapped sarcastically with no clear expression on his face.
しかし、致命的なことが一つあります。
I kind of love, like, let's be honest here. This is a classic anime story, isn't it? It's classic in, like, magical powers, an evil organization, a villain that knows everything, you know. It's all very classic story. You know, save the girl. The main character that finally overcomes his flaws and becomes, you know, the hero. A man to overcome his trials eventually at the very end. But it feels like Norosei expected all of this. He kind of planned all, like, he has foreknowledge of this. He created all of these trials and tribulations in order to get Takumi here at this very moment. You know, capture his beloved one in order to get him here, in order to collect his last sample. And is this going to end with a bad ending? I actually don't know. Like, but still, as I'm going on, I like these visual novels that tackle a certain trope, a certain, like, genre, let's say, and changes them, adds more depth to them, let's say. Like, there's obviously depth to, like, let's say, this game is tackling magical girls and shonen, really. I should probably just say shonen. Is its main thing, because it has a power system, has all of it, but it adds so much more to it, and it's not a superficial, like, twist of, like, oh, everything's spooky and scary shonen. It still feels like shonen. I like shonen. I like shonen a lot. Hell, I fucking love One Piece. But it just, it feels like, you know, it really respects its characters. I feel like, yeah. And I very much, I expect that Ichiran we're going to delve into those characters much, much more. I mean, I loved Higurashi and Yume Neko, and Higurashi was a take on slice of life, and Yume Neko was a take on murder mysteries themselves. So, I like it when authors take a certain genre and create something new out of it.
行動原理が感情に根ざしているということです。それは野蛮人のすることだ。
I had no idea what he was getting at. It took everything I had just to bear with the pain, so aside from Remy, I didn't have any brain power left to try and comprehend what anyone was saying. Fuck.
小を犠牲にして大の利益を守る。それを悪だと思いますか？
Huh.
私はそうは思いません。このままでは人類はいずれ滅び去る。人の欲望によってです。あまりにも醜い心。
So you seek to control everyone, huh?
あまりに利己的な欲望の洪水。人の社会はすでに破綻し、 腐り落ちようとしています。誰もが己のことしか考えず、その結果殺し合い奪い合っています。君もギガロマニアックスとして覚醒したのなら見たはずですよ。人の心の本質を。私は幼い頃に覚醒したため、もう何十年という間それを見てきた。
Oh shit.
300人委員会は人類の自滅を阻止するためという大義名分のもと、世界人間牧場計画を推し進めてきました。けれどそれも所詮彼らのエゴを満たすものでしかない。私が目指すのはそんなものではありません。
The hell do you seek?
悟ったのですよ。この腐った世界を再生するためには、社会のシステムを変えるのではなく、
But the world itself?
世界中すべての人間の心を変える必要があるのだと。そのためのプロジェクトノアです。ノア2があれば世界中すべての人間から負の妄想を消し去り、清廉な心へと漂白できます。争いは消え、世界に永遠の平和を与えることができます。君も誰かに蔑まれることもなくなるでしょう。
Huh. Finally, his novel-length monologue came to a close. My body was on the verge of collapse, but I desperately planted my feet. At least I got a bit of a break. That was the only reason I was still standing.
あんたの言ってることはもしかしたら正しいかもしれない。
I hadn't really been paying much attention, but regarding the future of humanity, he was definitely right. His ideals were entirely righteous. He was the president of a sprawling corporation, and his eye was aimed solely on justice for the whole of mankind. Me, meanwhile, I was a monster. A virgin, an otaku freak, a selfish, ego-driven wannabe who just wanted to save some girl he liked and didn't give a shit about anyone else. Normally that made me the bad guy, through and through. The monster would then be slain and justice would prevail.
でも僕はあんたには負けられない。
なぜ否定するのです？
So his goal is to destroy evil from men's hearts in order to create... But yet, forcibly enacting a will on mankind for your own perspective, that is, I'd say evil, you know? To forcibly force mankind to a certain direction is... I say it's evil. Yeah.
ただの自己満足だ。
残念です。
His gaze walked onto me. Naruse grabbed Rumi by the collar and threw her off the art piece. Jesus. His right hand then stretched out in front of it. Holy fucking shit! Oh my fucking god! That's his discord? Oh my, what the fuck? In that ephemeral moment, the once standing art piece found itself in Naruse's hand. It was no mere art piece, nor was it a cross that existed for crucifixion. Holy fuck! Jesus fuck, look at that thing! It was a disc sword. Holy fucking shit! I have to say, the weapon designs in this game are fucking insane. It was far too monstrous to be called a sword. Savagery. Guilty. That which sowed terror. The contaminated gospel. chaos fully complexified, a blasphemy with which to desecrate the purest of evils, akin to the very gates of hell themselves. The hearts of those who gazed upon it would be wrenched away, wearing them into an eon of strife. All that was negative in this world converged into one, embodying its very shape. I mean, look at this motherfucker. It is so sharp, so many blades, so many spikes. It's, oh my god, it is like, shit, if you ever want to say, like, what, can you say a weapon is evil in its design? I would point to this. This is an evil fucking weapon. Just so sharp, so pointy, so destined to destroy everything around it, really. I wonder what the fuck was that thing in the middle. I gulped back all the saliva that had built up my throat. Despite everything I made up my mind, I fixed my grip on my disc sword, which is still bound to my hand with a cord, and then they took a single step toward Noah 2. Or more accurately speaking, I began to close the distance between Norosei and myself. Speaking of distance, he had an overwhelming advantage in range over me. And of course, this is the perfect dichotomy between the villain and the protagonist. The protagonist having the most basic sword shape weapon versus the main villain who has this fucking weapon, let's just say.
剣で切り合うような野蛮な行為はあまり得意ではないのですがね。しかし君からコードサンプルを手に入れる必要があります。そのために無力化しなければ。
Oh shit. Towering over me with one hand, Norosei swung a disc sword even bigger than he was. Fuck. His strike was so heavy it felt as if it could have pulverized any known object out there. My arm was slow to respond, even moving it slightly made pain explode throughout it. Even still, I forced it to do so and raised my arm. I caught the blow with my disc sword. Any normal sword would have been split right in two. And that wasn't even accounting for how unbelievably thin my sword was. It couldn't have been more different than Norosei's. And yet, my disc sword didn't break. Somehow I managed to parry Norosei's first strike. My hand went numb, but my left hand pulverized. My balance on that side was non-existent. The stance I'd been holding collapsed. By the looks of it, he was about to send me flying. I just had to endure it. I connected with Norosei's second blow. His recovery between strikes was way too fast. Don't be misled by how his sword looks. That's what I told myself. It was a battle of strength between a sword that was far too thin and delicate and a sword that was far too colossal and ferocious. Somehow I was holding out with it, at least for the moment. Oh shit. Ooh. 4 times now. 4 times had our blades crossed, but this time the position of Norosei's hands began to change. It looked like he was clutching the guard of the sword now. And then his sword began to writhe. Letting out an eerie noise, its malleable mechanisms groaned. The blade's edge then split in two, opening into a pair of scissors that was then thrust toward my very chest. That altercation, right then I came to realize it would mean the end of me. I countered, swinging my sword down in front of me, but I was too late. Oh fuck. Its forked point sank straight into my chest. A callous smile formed Norosei's lips. He loosened his grasp on the guard, and the colossal scissors snapped shut. Oh fuck. Fuck. My chest, my ribs, and my lungs were all devoured. Ah, fucking, he's like the scissors guy from Revengeance. Fuck. I desperately stumbled back. And right when I did that, Norosei swept his arm straight across. My own flesh blood danced before my eyes. pain spiked throughout my entire body. Even though my senses were supposed to have been numbed, I was on the verge of screaming out with whatever remained in my lungs, but even so I clenched my teeth and endured it. My chest had been thoroughly minced. If not for stepping back when I did, he would have hit my heart. Massive quantities of blood continued to spray out. Fuck, man. I nearly toppled over, but I caught myself at the last second. I can't die here. I didn't come this far just to die. I ignored Norose. Instead of him, I approached Noah too and Remy, the latter of which was collapsed on the ground. It took every fiber of my being, but I did it all the same. Raising her head from the ground, Remy looked in my direction. She was likely exhausted. There's no way her body had any strength left. As fatigued, or maybe just my injuries, continued to wear me down, my vision grew blurrier. I wasn't sure what sort of face Remy was making as she looked at me. I didn't meet her gaze. I couldn't bear for her to see me like this, bloody and beaten to a pulp. That was the sole, minuscule bit of pride I had left. Even on my deathbed, that was where I drew the line. I advanced toward Noah too. My discord was already within rage. Oddly enough, Norose stayed behind me, ignoring that I was leaving him behind. All of a sudden, a cheery melody began to ring throughout the dome. Fuck. You may pass. The Watu towered over me. The sound emanating from it became even more shrill. Deep within all of its majesty, I sensed something incredibly strange and enigmatic moving around. For a split second, I flinched, albeit slowly, and managed to take a stance with the blade on my hip. I aimed toward Noatu's nearly organic-looking tube-covered exterior, and bulldozed it with my disc sword. It's not there. That was when I noticed. At some point or another, Noatu had vanished from my sight, and now somehow I was standing with my back to it. I knew for a fact I'd been just trying to destroy it. There wasn't a single damn reason for me to have turned around. And yet, that was the direction I was facing. In the very center of my blurred vision, Norose was the one standing there, not Noatu. I turned myself around, swinging my disc sword at it for the second time. Except, even though I fully intended to turn around, I hadn't. I had the will to turn myself around, and I even made a motion to do so, and yet the end result was one where I had actually turned around. I was hit with a wave of utter confusion. Fuck. God damn it. Noruse's quiet voice resounded from within the dome, pooling and mixing together with the melody of You May Pass. Motherfucker. When he finished speaking, he leisurely walked closer to me. Then, as if it was the easiest thing in the world, he raised the colossal disc sword above his head. I clenched my teeth. I lost a lot of blood. I couldn't think clearly. Even though I didn't have the slightest bit of sensation in my right hand, I shoved the pain, and in fact I couldn't move it properly aside, and lifted it up in a desperate attempt to deflect the next blow. And then the disc sword that somehow still remained attached to my hand with the cord was sent flying by a staggering impact. Shit. It tumbled across the floor, far, far away from me. It was astonishing seeing it off. Fixing my gaze in front of me, I was met with Norose's sneering figure. And then, as if in warning, as if to urge my mind forward, the melody changed. Fuck. Norose's stance told me he was already prepared to strike again. He was about to bring that sword crashing down on me. It was all too overwhelming, all too devastating, all too brutal. That was his disc sword. And it was coming down on me while I was completely unarmed. I had no way of stopping his strike. I was a sitting duck. Fuck! Remy forced her way between Norose and me. Her soft touch enveloped my face. I felt Remy's chest. She had wrapped her arms around me almost like a tender embrace. She was protecting me from Naruse. Naruse sighed quietly, lowering his sword. Remy had saved me once again, even though I told her I was here to save her. How fucking pathetic was that? Hit with a wave of intense frustration, I slithered my right hand onto her body and thrust it inside her brows. I felt the sensation of the coarse, warm underwear lying atop her skin. Holy shit! Then I felt the pain of the gashes in my chest, then the pain of the amputated left hand, then the pain of my dislocated right arm, then the pain of my dysfunctional lungs as I struggled to breathe. But the warmth I felt now, surely it could heal all of it. Remy's underwear, Remy's bare skin. Jesus fuck, man. I tore off the buttons on her blouse. I whipped away the clothing that was keeping her body hidden away from me. Holy fuck. I exposed her bra. I grabbed her tightly, right through her bra, reaching her ample breasts. With my blood-smeared right hand, I squeezed her. I rubbed her body with my blood, her bra, her bare skin. I felt its elasticity, such soft, tender skin. Holy fuck, man. Remy writhed around in an attempt to escape. I grabbed her tightly and didn't let go. I plunged my face into her breast. Her skin was so velvety, so comfortable. It was as if I was drawing me in. Then, with my free right hand, I began to grope beneath her skirt. God damn it, Takumi. With a gasp, I got off of her. When I realized what I'd been trying to do, I was genuinely shocked. Even though I'd gotten off of her, Remy tightly clutched her chest and continued to sob sadly. But she'd been protecting me. Why had I done that? Why the hell had I done that? Especially at a time like this? Why was I the one making Remy cry? Oh, fuck. Oh, no. My own voice echoed within my mind. Shocked, I swallowed back my saliva. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, fucking Noah too. Oh my god, it's giving in to all of Takumi's worst impulses at this very fucking moment. Oh my god. What was so shocking to me? The fact that he was right? Because he'd seen through me? But who was he to begin with? It was my own voice, my inner voice, my true nature? Oh my god. Jesus. My true nature continued whispering to me, "Stop it. Stop saying this shit. I don't believe a single word you're saying." I couldn't cover my ears even if I wanted to, considering my lack of a left hand. Mimi was just lying there sobbing, unable to fix her messy clothes. Seeing her face like that shattered my heart. God damn it, man. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god.
僕のこのかわいそうな境遇ならここでちょっとひどいことやったってしょうがなかったで許されるよ。
It was just a delusion. Something that was a bad habit of mine. Things could take a turn for the worse if I didn't stop listening. The current would drag me away. My weak-minded nature was luring me to the path of least resistance, toward a really bad path, but I couldn't let it drag me away. Not now.
それにリミは僕に同情してくれてた。それならむしろやらしてくれるべきだ。
God damn.
おかせ。死ぬ前に童貞捨てようよ。ダメだ!
I screamed to shatter my weak mind and to blow it straight to hell. Luckily, it seemed to have worked. Rumi had even stopped crying. She lowered the hands covering her face and then she stared at me with ice-cold eyes.
つまんない男。
Those few words were all it took for my mind to be swallowed by a cascade of dark emotions. And as I swung myself at Remy, holy fuck, man. With staggering force, an enormous stake burst straight from the concrete floor. The sharp edge of the stake pierced straight into my crotch. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I couldn't comprehend what was going on. My legs were floating in the air. Even if I wanted to run away, I couldn't. The stake gradually tore its way further and further into my body. It was excruciatingly painful, but not enough to kill me. The stake continued to grow, lifting me on a whole meter into the air. Any form of movement sent a jolt of pain through my groin. I was completely unable to move. Oh my god. Someone, save me. I cast my pleading eyes down toward Wimmy. But without even looking at me, she walked straight to Norris's side. Then, as exhausted of all strength, she crouched to the ground. Both Norris and Remy simply stared at me, at the mortifying display. Neither of them had any form of expression as they watched. Neither of them had any interest in saving me.
かつて拷問刑として串刺しは世界中のあちこちで用いられていました。
Oh my god.
この拷問の特徴は死ぬまで3日ほどかかるということです。自らの体重によって徐々にその杭は体に食い込んでいく。ポイントは杭の先端はそれほど尖らせないことです。それにより臓器を傷つけることがなくなり、死ぬまでの期間が伸びるわけです。最終的に杭の先端が口や肩から突き破れば処刑は終了。見守っていてあげますよ。3日間。
God.
あなたが死ぬまでね。彼女も同じ考えのようですし。
Remy nodded in response to his words.
もっともその前に胸や腕の傷のせいで失血死に至る方が早いかもしれませんが。
It's a delusion, a delusional attack. That was what I told myself. In reality, I wasn't really impaired. I was still just standing in front of Noah too. I was only hallucinating. I believed that to be true. I had to believe it. 3 days. 72 hours. 4,320 minutes. 2,590 200 seconds. If I can endure it for that long, the delusion will end. It has to. If I just sleep for a bit or pass out, it'll go by a lot quicker. Those were my thoughts. But I could do either of those things. The pain wouldn't let me. That was exactly what made this such pure, unrelenting torture. Man, I knew this was going to be a bad ending, but holy fucking shit, I did not... The worst ending? I was going to go insane if this went on. Even though only a moment ago I'd been thinking about trying to endure it, I spiraled straight into despair. Considering the extreme amount of time left before my death, despair was the sole emotion that drained directly out of me. Just kill me already. How much time had passed? I didn't see a clock, so I had no clue. I wanted to see a clock, but I knew if I did see one, the hand sluggishly ticking by would probably shatter my spirit completely. I clenched my teeth. Sweat was oozing out of my body in droves. Thanks to that, my throat had gone dry. I moistened it by swallowing the blood that was trickling in. Inside my body, I could feel the stake continuously shoving aside my internal organs as it weighed itself even deeper into me. God damn, man. I could feel it very clearly, like a countdown to my inevitable death. Soon enough, it arrived in my minced chest. After that, it pierced through my throat. It skewered me straight for the mouth. Oh. God damn. The pain and shock was pushing my sanity to its limits. The pain kept me in a 5-minute cycle of passing out, waking up, then passing out, back out again. I came to understand something. Every time I fainted, my body would go limp, and the stake dug into me even faster. Naturally, the pain grew to incomparable levels when that happened. Then it would wake me back up. Unable to move, my body would writhe in torment. Then I passed out again to escape the pain, and the gruesome cycle would repeat itself. Oh my god. Even when I was conscious, I was entirely in a daze. It seemed the pain had somehow faded a little too. My vision had gone dim. Was it nighttime? Not that it mattered considering the lack of windows in the dome. I suppose it was probably because of how much blood I'd lost. Blood trickled from my chest and arms, albeit not a whole lot. If it kept dripping out, maybe I could die peacefully from that instead of being impaled. Realizing that, I attempted to swing around my left arm, hardly any of which remained below the elbow. But it didn't even twitch. No doubt my nerves were already dead. Was it really a delusion? When was it going to end? Would it ever actually end? What had made me believe it was delusion to begin with? How could I know it was a delusion? What if it was all reality? If I endured it, I'd just die anyway. Enduring it didn't mean shit, but I was enduring it anyway? That was stupid. Only a dumbass would do that. I was an idiot. Die, and not in the, kill yourself. Really, no, actually fucking die. I should die right now. I was sick of all the pain. I was sick of all the suffering. Bite your tongue off. Do that, and you'll be at peace soon after. Just let me out of here. This was all a delusion, right? Oh my god, how long is this shit? My chest continued to hemorrhage. I couldn't breathe. Oh my fucking god. No matter how much oxygen I tried to suck in, my throat would only make a stupid wheezing sound. I looked down, only to be met with the stake peeking through the holes in my chest. Struggling for oxygen as my mouth flapped open and shut, I finally vomited out blood. The fact I was about to die brought me peace of mind. Oh my god. It was Norosei's voice. The bastard was right in front of me. But I couldn't see him. In fact, I couldn't see a thing. Being impaled had led me in so much agony for so long that I completely forgot about both him and Remy. I couldn't help but wonder if Remy was still close by, though it didn't really matter. I was too occupied with trying to breathe. For a good while now, I've been dedicating every nerve and every west ounce of strength towards just doing that. Oh, motherfucker. I wasn't exactly sure what he was talking about, nor did I have the chance to think about it.
助けてあげられなかった。
Oh, god damn it. Oh. I heard Remy's final scream, then the sound of someone toppling over. I imagined that Remy had just been shot and killed. God damn it, that just made me so much sadder. Why couldn't she just say fuck you, Takumi? Why couldn't she say just I hate you? Something, anything, god damn it. Even after all that, even that, she... Oh my god. God damn it. Motherfucker, dude. God damn it. I imagined that Remy had just been shot and killed. I didn't feel a single pang of emotion. Something else took priority. I returned to working on breathing, and then I felt shock at how I'd done that. What was the meaning in any of this? Why did I struggle so hard to keep on breathing? Wasn't it just too much? Something hot steamed down my cheeks. I was probably crying, but there wasn't any way to be sure of that. I tried my best to endure everything that I'd been dealt with so far, but so close to the 3-day limit, the meaning of doing so had been entirely lost. I'm sorry, Remy. I should be the one to apologize. I couldn't protect you. There wasn't any point in living anymore. I let my body go limp. The weight of that caused my body to sink even deeper. I felt a foreign object working its way up my throat. Breathing became impossible. Something was driving itself up through me. Oh. What? I came back to my senses. Feeling a foreign object in my throat disappeared. Oh, motherfucker! What the fuck? I wasn't impaled anymore. The only blood on me was from my left arm and chest. That was a delusion? Oh, Jesus Christ! When did reality end and the delusion begin? My brain couldn't begin to process it fast enough. I didn't understand a thing about the situation. In front of me was Numerose, disordered, waste. Oh my god.
あなたが体験した3日間は現実では1秒しか経っていません。
Jesus Christ, this, that, oh my god.
やっぱり妄想
That, I was so fucking convinced by that. Oh my god. Holy shit, man. That was fucking insane. Oh my god. After muttering that to myself with relief. Neurose's sword flashed as fast as lightning. My body's top and bottom halves began to fall out of alignment. My vision fell. It sank downward, even though my legs were still standing right there. Everything above my waist toppled to the floor. My torso had been cleaved clean off. Cross-section was all too beautiful to behold. I inexplicably fixed my gaze on my lower half. It was a reality I didn't want to accept. Or was it just another delusion? If it was, that would have been nice. Please be a delusion. Remy was calling me, in a voice that seemed so sad. She was calling me.
その状態でも死ぬまで数分は持つはずです。元医師である私が言うのだから確かですよ。
Oh, fuck you.
その間にコードサンプルを取ることにしましょうか。
I crawled, dragging my body away with my right hand alone. I headed straight for Remy's voice. I want to feel you there, Remy. I have to save you, Remy. I dragged myself forward with my right hand, then again. I reached out. But I had no idea where Remy was. I didn't reach her. I didn't reach anything at all.
しぶとい男だ。
crunch. I felt my bones grind to dust. Nurse, a stress shoe trampled my outstretched right hand. Oh my god.
さすが化け物と言うべきですか。
そのノロセの足が蜃気楼のように揺れた。
Oh my god.
床のタイルの模様がぼんやりとし始めて、天地が回転する。床と天井が逆になる。僕は天井に這いつくばっている。両断された腰からものすごい勢いで血が噴き出す。全開にした蛇口のように血が体から抜けていく。そのまま腕の傷口を通って内臓までが流れ出る。意識がスーッと遠くなる。でも完全には途切れない。血だまりができて、僕はその深紅の海に身を横たえている。ドクンドクンと鼓動する心臓が僕の目の前に転がっていて、血だまりに波紋を作り、その波紋をぼんやり見ていたら、僕の形が崩れた。
Oh my god.
人としての形を維持できない。僕と世界との境界が消失する。肉が溶け、骨がゴムのように曲がり、眼球は四角になり、口から裏返った肺がこぼれ出し、神経は数万キロメートルも引っ張られ、脳はシワの一つ一つを丁寧に伸ばされ、体はブヨブヨになる。空気に溶けていく。右手が糸のように伸びてプラネタリウムを出ていく。それは飴細工のように渋谷の空をさまよってコーネリアスタワーにくるくる巻きつく。何度も何度も何度も。別れた足が膨れてる。ブクブクと
Oh my god.
水風船みたい。パンパンに皮膚が伸びてギチギチ音を立ててる。液状化。肉も骨もとろけてふくらはぎに溜まってる。腰からニョキって小さな頭が生えて、ぎょろりとした白い目が僕を見たよ。そしたら僕の頭がぐしゃって潰された。
God.
どっちの頭かはよくわかんない。潰れてトロトロになって、ビルの床、コンクリートの分子の隙間を抜けて落ちていく。 地上へビューって地面に作るどろりとした脳みその水たまり。もぞもぞもごもごジュルジュルドロドロプルプルビヨンビヨンビチャビチャぐじゅぐじゅぐちゃりぐちゃり。僕は二つになる。二つが四つになる。四つが八つになる。八つが四つに。二つが八つに。四つが四つに。どんどん増えてどんどん減る。僕がいっぱい。僕がいない。僕は何？僕って何？何って僕？
My mouth has been fucking agape. Holy shit.
僕？何？何区がナボにナボボになくぼな。
君は妄想なんかじゃないよ。
レータ
Huh?
見てごらん。
Shogun? What?
西条七海が祈る。兄と共に収容された病院。怪我人があふれた待合室の片隅にうずくまり、実の兄のしわくちゃの手を握りしめて、右手の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。もう一人の兄の無事を。楠木優愛が祈る。倒壊したビルの瓦礫。そこに埋もれるように横たわるコンテナの中で、彼の美少女フィギュアの一つを握りしめて、地震と火事で醜く変形してしまったフィギュアたちの姿に感じた胸の痛みに耐え、目を閉じて祈る。彼女は許してくれた少年の無事を。
Oh.
岸本綾瀬が祈る。避難所となっている水明学園。その校舎の屋上で空を見上げて、神話が書かれた文庫本を握りしめて、崩壊した渋谷を覆う不特定多数の妄想が見せる悪意の痛みに耐え、目を閉じて祈る。彼女の歌を、彼女の話を聞いてくれた少年の無事を。
Oh.
折原梢が祈る。新鮮駅の薄暗いホーム。青い瀬名の震える手を握りしめて、足の傷の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。心の声で語り合ったクラスメートの少年の無事を。青い瀬名が祈る。 横たわる父の傍らに座り、父の冷たくなった手を握りしめて、最後まで素直になれなかった後悔の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。彼女のお願いに不器用ながら答えようとしてくれた少年の無事を、咲畑りみが祈る。冷たい床に横たわりながら、彼へ伸ばした自らの手をきつく握りしめて、傷だらけの彼の姿を見て感じた。締め付けられるような胸の痛みに耐えて、目を閉じて祈る。自分が守ろうとした自分を助けに来てくれた少年の無事を。
僕は何もできなかった。君が行動したんだ。その結果としてみんなが君のことを見てきた。君という周囲共通認識はとっくに出来上がっているんだ。これからは、いや、もうすでに君こそが。
僕は、君は誰？僕はその声が聞こえた瞬間に、
Holy shit.
意識が僕を固定した。
Holy fuck. That was beautiful. Holy shit. Power of friendship, motherfucker. But no, it is that, but at the same time, it's acknowledgement of Taku as a person. The only way you can interact with other people is by acknowledging they exist. Because they exist. This is how we can create things. Delusions is reality if multiple people believe in it. Fuck. You may not go prepare me for this. Oh my god.
ぐちゃぐちゃにかき回されていた世界が一気に収束する。根底は僕の理想度の形作って収束する。
Oh shit, what is this anime opening?
僕としての形に戻る。世界としての形に戻る。僕は僕だ。
Holy fuck. I could see clearly now. All my wounds had been healed. My top and bottom halves were connected. I was standing on my own 2 feet. The pain was entirely gone. Serenity filled my heart.
妄想によく打ち勝ったね。僕の最後の力を君に託すよ。
Holy fuck, man. I noticed Remy at the edge of my vision. She was okay. She was looking at me. Tears are falling down her face. Don't cry. Summoning my strength, I grasped at this sword's hilt. I ascertained its feeling. My arms worked better than ever. I completely regenerated.
これは実に興味深いです。こう化け物。
Whew. I focused my eyes on Narose.
確かに僕は化け物だよ。でもこれが
So I can rescue Ribby, so I can destroy Noah too.
僕が望んだ妄想だ。
Fuck yeah! Norise's response was swift. He had yet to harvest the code sample of Nishijou Takumi. The delusion was supposed to have cornered the boy and shattered his psyche, but now the tables had turned. And that he could not allow. Norise closed the gap between himself and Takumi. Taking a specific angle, he swung his disc sword from below. With a sword that could cleave any known object, he diagonally carved through Takumi's chest. Zergai's durability made no difference. Killing a person with it was as simple as slicing through a block of gelatin. With one quick swipe from Norose, Takumi's body was split into pieces. His head, right arm, and right shoulder all slid cleanly off his body. The internal organs littered the floor, but not a single drop of blood fell with them. The lower half of Takumi's body began to give way. He braced himself and managed to plant his feet. In the following moment, the cross-section of his wound began to undulate and squirm. Oh my god, a bubbling noise ensued, and then he regenerated. Even though his body had been cleaved apart a mere second ago, already a new head, right arm and shoulder had been born. His old head and internal organs remained where they had slid free from him. Oh my god. Holy shit. With a single step, Takumi approached Norose. Norose clicked his tongue, then turned over his disc sword.
肉体の形を捨てたがゆえにいかなる形をも取れということですか。
あんたの見せてくれた妄想のおかげだよ。
Oh my god. He was unable to retain his shape as a human being. He had taken in the delusion and made it his own. This was not regeneration, but replacement. Missing parts were replenished, flesh and bone were reproduced once again, all propagating infinitely from the dust within his body. His shape was not fixed. Like an ambloria, like a collection of slime, he could change himself freely. That was the reason Takumi called himself a monster. Takumi took yet another step towards Norose. Norise's frustration increased. Gripping the hilt, he thrust his disc sword at the approaching Takumi. Takumi's head found itself between a colossal pair of scissors.
脳を失えば妄想はできないでしょう。
Oh fuck. Takumi's head was crushed. It split like a watermelon. Blood and gray matter burst forth. Everything above the neck was gone, and yet Takumi's body remained. Regeneration, replacement was instantaneous. As soon as his heel hit the ground, as if nothing had happened, as if he had been entirely replaced, his head returned right to where it had been, without a single scratch. Norise awakened to an understanding. He could not win this fight. Physical attacks with his disc sword were useless. The delusional attack denying the boy's reason for existence had been taken in and used for an alternate purpose. The current Nishijou Takumi was all too removed from human normalcy, all too distorted in existence, all too fitting as a monster. And yet, despite it all, Norose had no intention of conceding. His next thought was to utilize Noah 2's power to bombard Takumi with notable anti-particles. Bombardment with anti-particles can transform any known existence into negative matter, ending ultimately in self-collapse. If disruption from the surface was not visible, then collapse must be undertaken from within.
そうなんだね。
Oh shit. Norose's thoughts have been read by Takumi. The shine of Takumi's disc sword transformed from red to black. A black flame enveloped the blade. It wriggled forth and extending outward. Its shape resembled that of a dark, colossal serpent. Oh shit.
現れるの。
Holy fuck! It roamed throughout the dome as if constrained by it. Towards the ceiling, towards the floor, as though it was wicking them up, as though it was scraping them away. It simply consumed.
写真を砕き返し、あらゆる崩壊を飲み込む。 じゃ真の身を砕くことはできん。糖質の異質なる
Son of a bitch. The body of the colossal serpent was composed of antiparticles. With mere touch, it could send any known object into self-collapse. A torrent of destruction composed of near infinite greed.
触手芸はあんまり好みじゃないけど
There and then, Takayumi's disc sword swung, its pointed tip fixed on Norose. Oh my god. The dark serpent, winding itself in a coil, curved its body like a whip. Its jaw snapped at Norose. That once had Norose ever seen such a phenomenal form, a disc sword. He could not discern whether it was the hidden power of all Gigalomaniacs or merely Takayumi's delusion. The dark fangs eroded Norose's body and began to collapse, all too slowly, like a frog slowly dissolving in the belly of a snake. Darkness swallowed him. He felt no pain. By nature, his death should have been instant. But that was not what Takayumi wished for. Realizing this, Norose's lips twisted into a derisive smile. Norose had no fear of death. One could say that the ideals he pursues had been accomplished with the completion of Noah 2.
私を殺してもノア2には誰も近づけない。永久期間なんです。それは。
Oh shit.
人類を未来永劫にわたって管理し続ける。ただ座して眺めているだけではない。人の幸福のために干渉してくる人工の神なのです。
This is just the plot of Persona 5. Norose was God's inventor, so to speak. As long as Noah 2 continued to exist, mankind would not perish, and the eternal utopia Norose sought would become real. However...
あんたなら近づけるんでしょ
Oh... The serpent's body wriggled and writhed with Norose in its grasp, lifting his body into the— Oh my god, is he gonna fucking destroy Noah 2 with Norose's body?
それならあんたは鍵だ
Oh my god. Norose was astonished, but soon enough his face changed to an expression of pure agony. The serpent swung about his body with ease. Oh my god. Takumi shot a glance at Ribi. Their eyes met. Just what was Ribi feeling as she watched him? Reading her mind would have been effortless, and yet Takumi did nothing of the sort. It seems I was able to save you after all. He quickly averted his eyes. His gaze then shifted to the still humming Noah 2, the throne of God where none could stand foot, a cradle which showed naught but dreams of bliss. He apologized to no one in particular.
僕は人類にとっての敵かもね
The eternal utopia this device would have brought. A future without conflict. Takumi would extinguish them with his own two hands. Was that right, or was it wrong? Takumi could not give the answer to that.
でも神話でもよくあるでしょ神だって女絡みでうだうだやってるだから僕も
Will sacrifice the happiness of mankind out of a love for a girl. Takumi, sword in hand, bent his arms in a giant arc. Oh, he thrust it forth just like a javelin. The colossal serpent of darkness charged straight ahead. With the bait known as Norose impaired by the tip, he flew straight toward Noah 2. An enormous serpent of antiparticles capable of terminating any known object. Had no will of its own, thus it was not something that could have been warped nor distorted. With that greedy impulse to destroy, using Norose as the key, the delusional barrier was easily smashed to pieces. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Oh shit, now we're at... I was wondering, like, remember at the beginning of this game? When had the rain begun to fall? There had been just a huge explosion. And its blast blew my body away like it was nothing more than a ragdoll. Next thing I knew, I found myself lying here. Those eyes were always watching me. The stare pierced through the thick, pitch-black rain clouds and poured down on me like rain. Don't look at me. My body couldn't stop shivering, not from the chill of the rain, but rather the ice-cold rubble against my back. So terribly cold. A gaze pierced me from the heavens. Who it belonged to, I couldn't say. As if to escape it, I raised my head to look at the environment around me. There I saw a ruined city. There I saw despair. There I saw death. There I saw nothingness. Not a soul was there. Not a soul was moving. Not a soul was left alive. The only thing I could hear was the sound of the rain continuing to pour. At this rate, everything, both the living and the dead, would it all be gently embraced and washed away? How nice it would be if all of this was just a delusion, but that didn't seem to be the case. I couldn't move my body. I could only move my eyes and neck, and even then, just barely. I couldn't use that monstrous power from before. My body was shivering, but that was nothing more than a psychological phenomenon. Physiological. It wasn't happening by my own will. I didn't want my body to tremble. If I couldn't move it freely, then it wasn't my body. Or maybe I've never had free will ever since I was born. Nobody knows exactly where the soul resides. Bearing that in mind, how could anyone say that there was a soul inside this body of mine? But then where exactly was I now? Was I really here? Was I anywhere at all? In this shattered world, where all stood still, where all that could be heard was the rain of death, suddenly another sound echoed through it. A solitary existence began to emerge from the sea of nothingness. Who are you? Is your skin so pale because it had been numbed by the chill of the rain? Or was it because you were already dead? And yet, the girl wasn't shivering. And those eyes of hers nearly hidden by her bangs. Don't look at me. They looked so terribly sad. They looked as if they held a hint of madness. They looked as if they reflected nothing. If she and I were the only ones left in the world, if we stared into each other's eyes like this for all eternity, would my world be reduced to the reflection in her eyes? Would her world be reduced to the reflection in my eyes? The only thing reflected in her eyes was me. The only thing reflected in my eyes was her. When I thought of it that way, the world immediately seemed so much smaller. Suddenly a flash of static reached my ears, one endlessly beautiful yet deeply discordant. She lowered her head and spread her arms wide, almost as if preparing to take off, to soar high above the rain clouds. or as if trying to catch all of the falling rain.
あなたを見つめる妄想
What? From where I was on the ground, I couldn't see the expression of that lowered head of hers. Behind this thin veil of rain, just what kind of face are you making? An angel? Were those dancing feathers of light blessing me, or... Ah, I see. I finally understand. She's going to use that to kill me. The girl slowly kneeled to the ground before my collapsed body, with her head still lowered. She gently took my own in her hands. I surrendered my body to her grasp. I was just relieved that she wasn't looking at me.
殺さなくちゃいけないの
In my ear, I heard a whisper, garbled by static. It was as beautiful as it was discordant.
ごめんね
There's nothing to apologize for. If I don't disappear, the other me, the real me, will die. So that's why I'm okay with this. In fact, I'm really glad I get to be erased by you. It's not a bad end for a monster like me. I don't have any regrets. A warm, soft, gentle, sweet sensation. And miraculously, as if we were an anesthetic, the shivering in my body slowly began to die down. Her soft breath tickled my cheeks. It smelled so sweet. Suddenly I sensed something pressing against my chest. The large sword she held tore through my skin, bored into my flesh, weaved through my bones, and slowly sank through to the center of my body. But gifted with the anesthesia of her kiss, I no longer felt any pain. I would never have imagined that I would get such a kind death. Just the thought of it broke my heart, leaving me on the verge of tears. Trying to hide them, I looked past the girl's head and up towards the ashen sky where the rain continued to pour. Holy shit! What? Oh, fuck, man. Oh, fuck, dude. Holy shit. Whoa. Oh my god. That's why she killed Takumi. That, and probably with the amount of power he held by that point, he was... But still, damn it. Man. God damn it, I get it, but at the same time, it's fuck. Dude. Damn it. Shit, man, what a... Fuck, what a fantastic story. Even though this is the first route, what a great end. Like, holy shit, I really did not expect. I got that ending. Holy fuck. It even got me, and it's like, because maybe it was because of my full knowledge of, like, there's other routes in this game. So, like, obviously it's going to end badly, isn't it? So that's why I accepted so fast of, like, oh, this ain't a delusion. Takumi is going to die like this. Fuck, man. My emotions on Remy killing Takumi is so... I get it, but at the same time, it's like you're killing a fictional character in order for a real person to live. And of course, in reality, anybody would take that. Anybody would do that. But still, it's like... It stings. We've been with him since the beginning. We've seen the worst parts of Takumi. We've seen him overcome those parts of himself that he hates utterly, and rise up to become something better. Also, special thanks to the Committee of Zero, like, truly. But as I was, it still fucking stings, man. But goddamn, that moment of, like, everybody praying for Takumi, oh, that touched my heart. It's a cliche. It's the power of friendship, but fuck, it works so well in this context. I don't even give a shit. I couldn't even give a shit of how formulaic, how tropey it is. It's still beautiful. God damn it. Holy shit. Holy shit. Is all I can say. Reached ending A. Silent sky. What the fuck is this? Caution. Okay, now it's saved. Well, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, huh? We got our first ending, folks. Oh boy. Oh boy, indeed. I'll save watching Chaos Gate for the beginning of next episode, since this one had a lot to it, and I just want to get like absolutely sure that, like, there isn't any spoilers for other routes in Chaos Gate. Maybe it's only spoils the just the first route, perhaps. But just pointing that out there. One last like should I actually watch Chaos Gate at all, or is there going to be spoilers for me? But if there isn't, I'll go right ahead and start next episode with watching Chaos Gate, because I'm actually very interested in what the hell that is. Very much so. But goddamn, what a first ending. What a first ending. I enjoyed the shit out of that. That was so good. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode as much as I did. If you did, hit that subscribe button. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you tell me something, put it down in the comments below. Check out Discord server around in, or my Twitter. Check description below. And yeah, this has been Voidlego. I'll see you guys next time. See ya!